It's strange how you don't see the little fractures in something when your heart is invested, when you want so badly for it to be what you think it is. That's how it was with Lena. The first time I met her, she felt like the spark in an otherwise ordinary world, sharp, ambitious, polished. She moved with the confidence of someone who had a plan, like she always knew her next step. Every word she spoke had purpose. Every glance seemed calculated. Even when we met for coffee, she dressed like she was ready to close some major deal. She worked in PR at a big firm, her schedule packed with meetings, pitches, deadlines. And I admired that. I work in tech. I know how consuming a job can be. At first, I liked that we both had our own ambitions, our own paths. It felt balanced, like we were two people moving forward together. In the beginning, it was easy. I'd carve out time for her. She'd make just enough space for me. Friday nights out, slow Saturdays tangled in sheets, the usual. She used to send me these little morning voice messages, her laughter bright enough to change my whole day. And yeah, I fell hard. But then, slowly it shifted. Plans were canceled last minute. Sorry, babe, work came up. Postponed dinners became the norm. I'm wiped out. Can we do it next week? Conversations got pushed aside. I really can't talk about this right now. Later, okay? But later rarely came. I kept making excuses for her. She was stressed. She was busy. It was temporary. And somewhere in all that, my time became less important, but my money? Somehow that became fair game. It began small. I grabbed takeout on nights. She was too tired to cook. Then came the rent increase at her apartment. She vented about it. And before I could think twice, I offered to help. She didn't hesitate to accept. For her birthday, I planned this trip. Rented a cozy cabin, paid for everything, tried to make it special. But she spent most of it glued to her laptop, working while I watched the rain through the window, coffee cooling in my hands. When we got back, she thanked me with a quick kiss on the cheek before rushing off to another event. And I kept telling myself, asterisk, she's overwhelmed. It'll get better. Asterisk, but inside, I knew better. The words didn't match the reality. She said she missed me, but I didn't feel missed. She said she valued me, but I didn't feel valued. Then came the night that changed it. I'd been trying for weeks to lock down one quiet dinner together. Just one. She finally agreed. I showed up with a bottle of wine, hopeful, wanting so badly for it to feel normal again. She answered the door in leggings, headset on, laptop balanced on the sofa. "Babe, I'm so sorry," she said, eyes darting to her screen. "They just called an emergency meeting for tonight. We'll have to keep it short." That was the moment, not because dinner was off, but because I realized I didn't matter anymore. Not really. I was part of the furniture, useful when needed, invisible the rest of the time. That night, after she fell asleep mid-call, I sat on her balcony and decided I was done being the one who kept giving without getting anything back. Next time she asked for help with a big purchase, some furniture she wanted, I said, "Actually, I'm a bit tight on funds right now. Let me think about it." I saw the flicker of surprise, like a vending machine that didn't spit out the snack. From there, I stopped offering. No more surprise coffees. No more picking up the check at brunch. No more "don't worry, I got it." When she hinted at needing a new phone, I nodded and changed the subject. When she floated the idea of a spa weekend, I smiled and said, "Not really in the budget these days." Suddenly, she noticed. The texts came more often. She wanted to know where I was, who I was with. She had time for long talks again. But I wasn't angry. I was just done. I told her calmly that I didn't want to be an afterthought, that if I didn't count when I was giving, I wouldn't count now that I'd stopped. A week later, she asked me over, said she missed me. We sat across from each other, and for the first time in a long time, I saw something real in her eyes. Not sharp, not distracted. She admitted it, that she hadn't made me a priority, that she never meant to make me feel like I didn't matter. And then she said something that stuck. "I didn't realize how much you were doing for me until you stopped." That hurt more than anything else, because it was true. I told her I still cared about her, but I couldn't trust her anymore. And without trust, love just feels like a slow kind of self-destruction. We ended things that night, quietly, without a fight, without tears. Just the understanding that we were done. Now, I'm with someone who listens when I talk, who shows up, who cares about me, not just what I provide. And Lena, from what I hear, she's still chasing promotions, still posting quotes about success, still too busy for anything that isn't part of her grind. I wish her well, but I've learned something. When someone always says they don't have time, what they're really saying is, you're not worth the time. And when you finally stop giving, you see their true colors. And that's when you finally start giving yourself what you deserved all along.